Oh, sorry.
So it's not seeing the
I
door.
know.
Oh my gosh, look. Hi, everyone.
Hello. It is TLC.
C.
I did it differently. Sorry, darling.
No, it's good.
Oh, I like... How's the back of my head?
Look at that.
That's
We've got a
fabulous.
reflection.
So we could have done it out here yesterday when we were doing the mirror work.
Oh.
Because
cool,
I would
thought.
just do this.
Yeah, but we couldn't really
my
see
neck.
it as well.
All right.
Oh, hey, Devin.
Devon. How's it going?
All right. So, yeah, we're on the balcony because it was nice a little bit ago.
And we're hanging out with our dear friend who does not want to be on camera, which that is totally groovy.
Totally fine.
And we love her. And we also kind of had her way in because she is awesome and super intuitive and like does all this intuitiveness.
Mm-hmm. That's.
I sound like a valley girl.
You kind of did.
I think I'll stay like that.
Oh, no.
No?
No, I don't think so.
All right. Do you want to read the thing?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
we're talking about how to get over your ex. Now this one, because we did this before for another beautiful viewer about how do you get over your ex. Now that other viewer was about, it kept coming back in her head and why did we break up, that sort of thing. This viewer, it's slightly different.
Mm-hmm. So the main thing I have been struggling with for quite some time is how to get past seeing my ex with someone new.
Oh, yeah.
Every time I think about it, it feels like my heart drops to my stomach at the same time that I know I do not want to be with him ever again. Yeah.
Super good. Because the first thing that comes up for me is, oh my God, how normal. How incredibly biological it is that if you see the person that you had a relationship with, you had experiences, you had good experiences, you probably had crappy experiences, but someone that you were in relationship with, you see them with somebody else, it makes sense that you're going to feel like this stirring, this like all of a sudden, just a second is bugging me. Why? Like it almost like a competitiveness, hey?
Yes.
Oh my God, your elbow's sharp.
Oh, sorry. Sharp. Wow. I had no idea.
It's very sharp. So let's just make sure that you're acknowledging the normalcy of seeing your ex with someone else. It would naturally be like, oh, hang on. What does that mean about us? What does that mean about the dreams that we didn't share together or fulfill? Like, it's gonna spin a whole bunch of thoughts, don't you think?
Well, I think it can. The piece that I am missing, though, is how did this relationship end? Did it end well? Was there closure? What happened? Because I think if there's not closure, how can you obviously be okay with seeing him with someone new? Wondering, well, some of the wonders we were even bouncing around was, okay, what does she have that I don't have? But at the same time, you were saying you don't want to be with him anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So I still wondered, though, how did that relationship end? Because that will also allow for closure.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And that piece about, well, what does she have that I don't have? That's so normal, right? That is so normal to just start to even spiral into that. And I love what Law said is you never know until it happens. Like, you don't know what's going to come up. And every time you see this person, it's going to elicit something. Because I'm going to bring in what we were chatting with Dana, even though she doesn't want to be on camera. She is brilliant. I want to bring what she was chatting about, and we both agree with, is any end of a relationship is there's going to be a grieving period. And the heart does not have a timeline that you can dictate. It has its own damn timeline.
Yeah.
So even if it's, one that you left or it was an unhealthy relationship, there's going to be the normal need to grieve because there's a loss of dreams there, right? There's a loss of the commitment that was made at the start of the relationship. And so when you see this person with that other woman, it's going to be like, well, how come it didn't work for us? It's going to be very natural And I don't know that that's exactly what's going on for her.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't quite tell us.
So then the question is, how will she get over this? And also, how frequently do you run into each other? Like, are you still running in the same circle of friends? Because that's got to be really tough too. And what about, do you know the other person? Do you know the new person? And I think, though, in what Dana said and what you were just saying, is it may take some time.
Mm-hmm.
And to figure out, well, what was it that you're missing? What is it? And is that something that you can pull up somewhere else?
You hit a lot right there. That was awesome. Okay, so let's slow this down a notch. One is, do you run in the same circle of friends? And so if this is a breakup that you're still, like, it hurts when you see this, him with someone else, then is there a chance that you can give yourself permission and a break to maybe don't engage in those same circle of friends? Oh my gosh, if you have kids together, you're together forever. That's one of the hardest pieces. And at the same time, though, are there ways to be able to do the kid exchange without the lady friend or the guy friend there, right? Without this new person. Is there a way to be able to do that while you're going through the initial grieving phase? Okay, and then before you jump in, hold your thought, because the last thing you said was... Dang it, what was the last thing you said before that?
I don't know.
Gosh, you said so many good things. If anybody else is remembering, I love that, Devin. What if they have kids together, right? Like,
Yeah.
that is so tough. Okay, while
And
you're...
yeah.
Are you remembering, or did I totally throw you off?
Oh, and to find out what is it that you're missing and where else can you put that?
Yes.
Or
Not
create
put that, create it.
Yeah.
Right? So what stirs in you when you're seeing
Yeah.
him and her together? Remember, there's such a natural competitiveness, a natural string reaction that will happen as you may run into the, oh my God, did I make a mistake? All sorts of things. What does he see in her that I didn't have? All of those things will be very natural in the back. Not that we often will admit those things. So I love what Law said. I want to say that we have to redefine ourselves outside of the relationship. It's a whole new identity at times. Yes, and we cannot. So that's the goal. But we cannot deny the grieving period. The grieving of loss of dreams, loss of commitment, loss of what could have been. So how do we get over that? Writing a letter, writing down what those losses are, and then burning it to release it. Talking with a good girlfriend or a guy friend, whoever that friend might be. And then the other piece too is, what if we get, hey sweetie, what if we get drawn, that was my daughter, what if we get drawn back into an unhealthy relationship or an unhealthy pattern, but it's like, oh, further to what you're saying, like, what if it's the security or the badassery or whatever it is that drew you to them? What if you start falling back into that a little bit? It's not a bad idea. Depends on who you are. It might be a really good idea or one to just try out. Write down the reasons that y'all split. You know, even if they were the ones that ended it, write down why it ended. Because when you're feeling drawn into it, when it's hard to see them with someone else, it's really almost validating to pull that list out and be like, oh yeah, because it counters that natural competitive want.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Turning it over to you now.
I've got nothing.
Oh, come on, you did. Did I cut you off?
I don't remember what it was now. I should write it.
sorry.
No, you didn't cut me off or cut it off. It's just, I think you answered it. So it's gone. It's good. It's covered. Any other questions out there or any other thoughts from anybody?
Or anyone that has moved on from their exes and they're noticing when they see them with someone else that there's a ping. Yeah, I love that
Yeah.
law. We have to go within or we will always go without.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because I think when there's kids involved too, there has to be, and at some point, some discussion or awareness of it, right? Because it's going to affect the relationship with the children, I would think.
Absolutely. So number one, grieving, right? Grieving the losses. And then number two, maybe being able to see if this person's going to be in your ex's life with your children. So thanks for bringing the kid part back in. See if you can identify the positive aspects of this other person. You know, hopefully they aren't a really unhealthy relationship for your kids to be around. But I know it's helpful for me when I can think of like, oh, I do want them to be happy. And like our viewer had said, she doesn't want to be with them. She knows it. Yet every time she sees him with someone else, it hurts her heart. And I love what this viewer said was her heart drops into her stomach. And so what that suggests to me is that's actually a hijacking of the emotional system. And so there's probably a lot of needing to grieve the loss of dream and really get clear as to whether or not there is some insecurities that have come up because of this. And if there's insecurities that you can identify, like all of a sudden you're feeling like you're not good enough or not, heaven forbid, like pretty enough or rich enough or any of the enoughs, please, please, please seek support. Because
Absolutely.
It would make sense that this would trigger any of the not enoughs, and getting support will help you be able to weather the storm, especially because if this person has kids, then you're going to see them. They're going to be a part of your life. And you deserve to not have the drop in the gut kind of experience.
Yeah.
My first ex married my cousin. My second ex was a nightmare. But after 18 years, I really hope he can find somebody to live his dreams with. Beautiful. And then I'm wondering too, Jennifer, like what was it like to have them so closely entwined with your family system? And what did you do? Like maybe you can chime in here at some point to help the viewer that sent us this. You know, what did you do to be able to help get over your ex? Like there's so many different rituals. Our brains love rituals. And number one that I always go for is we just got to acknowledge what's happening. Right? Like when we have any kind of negative self-talk, or if we have any wishes or any doubts, it's really important to acknowledge those wishes and doubts and negativities. And then, especially if you have a solid person you trust, to be able to share it with them so they can help you counter them. All people deserve to have a companion that completes their journey through life, if that's what they want. Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're wired for connection. Completely, yeah.
Thanks, Law.
Aw, thanks, Law, honey. Anything else there? Dana from the Peanut Gallery, we're not putting the camera on you.
I'm good. I think you guys are brilliant.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks, honey.
Yeah, I think you really hit it, hon. That was good.
So did you.
Thank you. Any other questions to that, or wonders, or your own experience?
How are we doing on time? Because I'll put a little tidbit in there.
Some.
Ooh, I have 1 minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
Throw it, honey. Throw it.
Because what if you do, or what if you have an ex like I do? So I have an ex that I wish, like what Jennifer is saying, I wish the very best for him. And yet every time that we do have connection and communication, it goes back into the same unhealthy pattern as to why I left. So what if this ex that you're seeing and you can feel like, oh, I just want to have, like if you're like me, oh my good God, I just want harmony. I want the entire world to be in harmony. And so I want our family to be in harmony. But what if that person doesn't meet you in it? What do you do then? Again, it's acknowledging, as journaling journaling the wishes, because my wishes are for harmony, for everybody to get along, for my kids to go and spend time with him, and that's not what I get. So I have a loss of dreams, even in the divorce. And even as I have the most amazing, nourishing, loving partner and wife, I still have a loss of dream with my ex, because I
Sure.
have kids with him.
Yeah.
So really allowing yourself to acknowledge the loss of dreams. Write it down. It's amazing what happens when you can write it. And if it's something that's kind of more negative for you, burn it, release it. Dana, anything there?
Oh, do
Ritual
it on
queen.
the full moon.
Do it on the full moon.
Yep, release that baby to the full moon.
Release the baby to the full moon. All right. Get it under the wire.
You totally did, baby. Aw. Thanks, honey.
Cool.
Right on.
All right.
Oh,
Oh, goodness
happened?
gracious. I don't know what you just did.
Oh,
Okay, I hope this helps, and let us know what you would like us to chat about next. And keep the feedback coming. Like, we want to know, is this making sense? Please, all the viewers that are going through this and try it out, let us know. Like, okay, yeah, it worked, or oh my God, it kind of worked, but it didn't. We're here for you. We want you to break through to a place of being able to be like, I can see that dude and it doesn't hit me anymore. I bless and release. Okay, we want that for you, and we're going to be here with you the entire time. Family reunions are awkward. I don't think it's about coming to a place where you're okay with being unsettled because of what isn't, but at peace with what is, if that makes sense. 100%, Jennifer.
Yeah.
I love that.
that's really good.
Because there is going to be the situations that it is going to be awkward, and there's not going to be closure for
Yeah.
some, right? Because if that person doesn't meet you where you're at and where you're inviting them to be, it's very hard to have a completed relationship.
Wow, this one could have another session. Topic,
Bring it
I
on.
mean. Yeah,
Fun.
I know.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll stop now.
Thanks
the
everybody
monkey.
for watching and throwing your comments and suggestions, and yeah, love you all. Thank you.
In awkwardness, you find yourself. Amen. In messiness, you find yourself. All right. Love to y'all. Thanks for hanging out, and let us know what you want us to chat about next. Love, love, love. Thank you so much for your input. Jennifer, Law, everybody who chimed in here. It's super cool, because
Yeah,
together we support each other and raise each other up.
totally. Yay.
All right. Thanks for the hearts, too.
Right
I
on.
like the hearts.
Yeah.
All right. We will see you
Good night.
tomorrow night at 7. Mwah.
Mwah.